a Monday, but nonetheless, we're here with an awesome interview, and we're here to shine a light on somebody who's pursuing their passion. Um, like I said, big shout out to our followers. Make sure you follow us on our social media pages, YouTube. We have a Twitch, we have Facebook, we have Instagram. We all over the place. Big shout out to my partner Zakia, who's not with us today, but she will be back sooner than later. And we miss you. Come back, get back to us soon. Shout out to my voice box family. We got a lot going on. The most pressing thing that we have going on is the Frequency Independent Artist Showcase. So we are partnered with Positive Change Academy. We are partnered with Chemo. We are partnered with Games on the Go. We are also partnered with Venue Black. We're bringing you an independent artist showcase where we're giving our local talent an opportunity to perform and showcase their music. And our partnership with Positive Change Academy gives us the opportunity to bring kids from the alternative school to come and trail the artists and the staff and DJs. So we have one of the students who's an aspiring DJ. He is going to trail DJ Mugga and DJ Liddy and learn everything about what they do. A couple of the girls will be helping the promoters and the hosts. And we have some artists. We signed on one artist today, which is Baby Sosa. He was part of our media club, so that's really cool to have the kids come in and joining us on some of the stuff that we're doing outside. So that's really dope. June 19th at Hope Loft, VMG presents the Frequency Independent Artist Showcase. Y'all see it down there. It's scrolling across. Location is 40 East Commerce Street, Bristol, New Jersey, and that'll be on June 19th, which is a Friday. The following day, we are tapped to cover Bristol UEZ's Juneteenth event, which is June 20th. And we're excited about that. We're really excited about our partnership with Bristol UEZ. It feels good to have people see the value in what you're doing and, just using that effort and energy to help keeping you motivated, finding you work and stuff like that. So shout out to Stephanie. Shout out to Harlan. We appreciate everybody. And what else? Anything else going on? Obviously, the reason that we're here, Dangerous Adrenaline Wrestling Gladiators. This is like a side quest for me. To all y'all that know me, y'all know I'm a really big wrestling fan. And it's coming to Violent. Bill's Big Barbecue Bash, June 14th at Bill's Barbecue in collaboration with Dog Pro Wrestling and Jasmine's Gems. And located on Harding Highway, Violent, New Jersey. Admission is $20. Start time is 12 p.m. So I'm really looking forward to that. VMG will be in the building. A couple of our teammates will be on the scene just to enjoy the festivities, good food, good wrestling matches. And to segue into our interview today, we have Vinny the Fixer, dog champion. So last week we had Marvelous. A couple months ago we had Jaden the promoter. Today we got the champ.
Forever champion.
Yeah, I like how that sounds.
The old school assassin.
Yeah.
Straight edge Marvel.
Hey, we want to welcome Vinny the Fixer to VMG headquarters and Voice Box Radio.
Thank you.
Please take some time and tell the people a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you do, and what led you into what you do.
Who I am is Vinny the Fixer, and I've been a professional wrestler, I think, for over 20 years. I originally trained at King Kong Bundy's Devastation University. Started late. I think it's considered late. I was older, ripened,
yeah, I'm about
mature,
to say late,
mature.
Yeah.
So it was interesting to see it from that perspective. And now when I see kids coming in at an earlier age, and I look and I'm jealous and go, man,
yeah,
what could I have done if I started when I was 19 instead of 35? So let's go through years of not really being a weekend warrior because I was at that age and had a full-time job that there's some, I couldn't chase every weekend. So I worked sporadically in the beginning, and then I got hooked up with a couple other promotions, and some championships come and go, and then management changes and promotions come and go, and then life gets in the way. So the years that I have, I don't have the amount of matches that somebody who's been in 20 years being a weekend warrior would have, but
yeah, you're a champ.
I found my way to the Mid-Atlantic Wrestling Alliance and became the champion there after a long, hard struggle, and I was the longest reigning champion there. I was the first tag team champion there. And then simultaneously, I was working with dog wrestling and was a 2-time tag team champion with my partner, Patch. We were the Old School Empire. And we were called the Odd Couple because of our personalities, but we're both grizzled old veterans who still had something to prove and a couple new tricks. And then a year ago, I became the dog champion. Management made the mistake of putting me in a 4-way elimination match and
came out on top.
Used smarts over brawn, and that's how I've been the champion for the last year. I think it's maybe 17-0 and one disqualification loss. So that's a win in my book. I walked out the champ. So
still kept the belt. Champion's privilege. So you say you started at 35, but was wrestling always that thing for you?
Yes.
That what
as
inspired
a child,
you? Yeah, what inspired
my
you
Saturdays and Sundays was the Stooges and wrestling, and my father's cousin, my older brother's godfather, coming over and just beating the nonsense out of us in the living room. And then we'd watch the Stooges and we'd watch WWF, and that was my Saturday.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of us growing up were wrestling fans, and we were, caught up in the mystique and doing that at home. But it's a different thing to actually go out there and pursue that type of career. What made you? How the opportunity present itself?
Timing.
Okay.
When I was a kid, not teenager, group of friends, we would do abandoned houses and wrestle in the living room, or go out in the outfield of a ballpark that had a corner, so we had 2 fences to bounce off of, and we did a lot of that. One of us actually pursued the Monster Factory and became a wrestler in his early 20s, and then the rest of us went our other way. And that same guy I ran across while I was refereeing a youth ball hockey league, and he was all, "Yo, I just got the head trainer at Bundy School. Why don't you come down and check it out?" And I was recently divorced and had the income to pay the tuition. So I was, if not now, never.
Yeah.
So that's how it started.
A lot of times we come
and
to
I
that
smiled
point.
the entire time as I was getting the initial rope burn on your back when you first start, and getting all the bumps and bruises. And it was just like, you know what? It feels better than falling on the ground or falling in the house.
Yeah, right. Feels like
or falling on a hockey rink.
So, what other sports were you into going beforehand?
Well, as a kid in my community, everybody played baseball, everybody played football, and South Jersey, so it was everybody played hockey in the street, and there was a couple leagues at that time. So my main gig was street hockey,
and
none of it prepared me for professional wrestling.
Yeah, I'm about to say that sounds like a whole different wrestling.
No, the Three Stooges prepared me for wrestling more than any other sport.
You're taking pain, right?
Trying to imitate Curly and Shemp doing all their pratfalls.
So, going into the school, what is something that you learned or that you witnessed that you didn't necessarily expect going into it?
That I didn't expect, not too much, because I had been, well read on the dirt sheets and biographies and listening to interviews, so I knew what to expect. Seeing it firsthand, the "F you pay me" portion of the trainers and the promoters, not so much when I actually became a wrestler, and it was like somebody hands me an envelope. I was like, "Oh, cool, and I get paid." So it just confirmed that it was a name on the school, but we saw that name maybe 2-3 times in my entire time there, and it was only when he was like, "Where's my money?" So that part I had an idea, but that confirmed it.
Like disillusionment a little bit.
Yeah. Well, it hardened you up quickly that okay, this is what I should expect from every promoter.
Yeah, everybody. That makes sense. Jaden posted in the chat that you won the championship on your first ever title shot. Your first ever title shot?
It was my first ever in dog. Yes.
Wow.
And Dr. Zirconium made the mistake. Like I said, made a mistake of putting the old dog in that
4-way.
Which I thought everybody in the crowd thought that I was going to be the first eliminated in that match, which I don't blame them. There was some heavy hitters in that match, including the champion. So it would make sense, but
Smarter,
Smarter, not harder.
Yeah, it wouldn't be. We wouldn't call it an upset, but if anybody else
No, it
think
was.
call
You
it,
can
it
say
was.
it.
Yeah. All right.
You can say it.
We'll call it.
It's not an upset anymore when
Yeah.
I keep walking out with the belt.
Exactly. You're proving yourself, Tom. You're a fighting champion.
Yes.
Absolutely. I respect it.
So I'm gotta fight because I'm not going to out wrestle anybody. Not at this age.
Yes. So, did you have any wrestling background prior to going into the
amateur? Very little, because I couldn't do what I saw on TV in amateur wrestling. So I'm like, I'll keep playing hockey. That way I can still hit somebody.
Absolutely. So, how much of your character is you?
So that's the thing. What you always hear is they say, be yourself, but turn it up to 11. Myself is sort of boring. So cranked up to 11 is just a little boring, cranked up to 11. So
I got you.
It's sort of a combination of, everybody has a picture of what they want to be, who they want to be, and how they want to project themselves. So maybe it's more of that. It's a projection of, there's a guy who's been around, who's eaten a lot of, can we say shit?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're fine. Yeah.
So a guy has eaten a lot of shit in his wrestling career. So it's been a continual morph of, now I'm the one that can dish it out and be the champion and also try and set a standard, for not that anybody's looking at me for how to conduct themselves, but try to put that out there too. Like, hey, this is, show up on time, be clean, be respectful to the building and the promoter. The promoter tells you this is what he wants. Go, you got it. That's what I'm going to do. Because I've seen that firsthand when a promoter comes out and says, this is what I need from you guys. And they go out and do what they want. And then it's just like,
it gets ugly.
Good luck getting booked back here.
Absolutely. There's it's like a science to a wrestling match.
Absolutely.
So, how much of it, how much of it is the promoter letting you guys know what to do, and how much leans on you guys, basically? I don't want to get too deep. I understand.
Right. You already see me wincing on how to answer that question.
So, but let's.
It's the art of professional wrestling.
Yes.
It comes down to the guys in the ring.
Okay.
They're the ones that have to go out there. They're the ones that are taking the beating. They're the ones that have to read the crowd and hopefully listen to the crowd and see where, okay, this isn't working. We have to try something else.
Play it by ear.
Yeah.
That comes with
right, because the people are paying their $20 or however much to be entertained. So, I mean, that's ultimately, they don't like saying professional wrestling entertainment, but we are there to entertain people. And, if the guys who come out and high five the crowd, they have to give that crowd a connection. And then the other guy has to come through the curtain and project that,
they want to hate you.
Give me all the fingers. Give me all the booze.
So you would be considered a heel. So
yes,
I haven't seen your work. So you okay. Yes. We have a bad guy in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
I sometimes relish in it. My second or third match, I gave the business to a little kid so hard he cried. And I don't remember much from early in my career, but I remember that night.
That's a job well done, though.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. And his parents came up to me every event after and said, you made him cry, but he loves you now. And I was like, that wasn't the point. He's not supposed to love me.
Emotional attachment, though.
But I remember as a kid, too, I sort of liked a lot of the bad guys.
Yeah.
Because they get to do all the cool stuff. They get to cheat.
They do what they want. And still.
They get to do the stuff you can't do at work. Like tell their boss off. Give somebody a shot in the junk.
So would you prefer being a heel?
I have done both. I know being a heel is easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's got to be something about, getting like a baby face pop,
too. You got to work harder to be a baby face. You got to work harder to get people to cheer you than you do to get them to boo you.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't think too many people would tell you opposite.
Yeah.
I mean, unless I'm doing something wrong, because I've done it from both sides. I've been more comfortable looking for the boos than looking for the applause.
Because you got to make people like you and love you. And it's worth
it. Well, I don't, in my outside of the ring, I don't take compliments very well. Not that I get a lot of them every day, but I don't take them very well. And I think maybe that's related. So I'm not used to it. How about that?
Yeah. I try to think whether I would be a heel or a baby face. And I'm like, I feel like I would be a baby face, but then it's like you said, it's kind of not easy, but I don't know. I don't want to say it's more natural either. So
it's hard to be original in either aspect because you watch for so long and then you go, okay, I like this guy. Go out and be yourself. Don't be that guy because that guy's already doing that guy.
Exactly.
So and I guess that's not just professional wrestling. I mean, you can apply that to any kind of music. I mean, everybody's got bands that they love, and we sit in the room and we're trying to write a song, and it's just like, I want to write the best Kiss song that Kiss never wrote, but it winds up sounding like Kiss anyway. So,
or wanting to write what you think the people want to hear versus.
And if you're writing what people want to hear, you're already behind.
Yep.
That's what South Jersey metal scene was always that. We were always behind the times.
Well, because it depends on the trends. So you see
we're
the
always
trend
behind the trend.
And then you got to try to recreate it.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
You're chasing the trends.
Yes. Yep. Okay. Who were some of your early inspirations? Going into
my first
business
favorite was Bob Backlund.
Hey, he was the man though. See,
yes,
he was introduced
and that's probably
to
why
him
too.
in the late '90s when I was introduced to him. But then when I did my research, I'm like, okay.
Even in the late '90s, he was so awkwardly uncool that he was cool when he came back. But I loved his first run. I mean, I'm dating myself at how old I am too, but I remember in my household couldn't escape not being a Bruno Sammartino fan. So
because he had the belt he was the guy for so long.
Yeah,
so
that's also the benefit of having a parent and relatives that actually went to like the Philadelphia arena to go see, to have their camera bag grabbed by George the Animal Steel and beaten by somebody, and then somebody just dealing them out some quick cash. Sorry about your loss for your camera. But
that's one thing that I've realized with interviewing Marvelous and then talking to Jaden earlier this year. Actually going and witnessing an event was a big part of their path. So I think that kind of separates the people that end up being a fan and not necessarily pursuing it versus people that actually go into business. A lot of them say that they've seen it live, and that's what made them love it more.
Grew up in a great area for it too, because the Civic Center and the Spectrum was only one bridge ride away, and then my area of South Jersey, there was always a school that had something going on. There was always like the B and C level. WWF came to my middle school, I think in 84 or 85. And I, still dust off them pictures and have to prove it to everybody. Got to see Jesse Ventura face to face. So it was,
that was dope. Well, what was I about to say? Speaking of live events, sorry, How do you prepare? How do you prepare for a match? Because we were talking about seeing them live, and
it's some of it is you can sit in the back and go, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to start with this, and then we'll turn it, and then it's just like you get out there and like it was Mike Tyson say, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face.
Yeah,
so absolutely. It's like you get out there and you lock up, and your brain is a clean slate, and it's just like That's why I try not to call too much in the back. I have like they call it your five moves of doom, where you can always go back to those, have those in the pocket, but it's sort of like as the heel, you want to read the crowd, see what they're buying, see if you want to see somebody put my fingers in their mouth and get somebody a nice good picture, or it's just get them involved by giving them the business. I mean, it sounds like it's just stalling, but there are times when getting the crowd into it is sometimes it's a trade secret on how to make them react when they're not reacting. Yeah. And sometimes it's as easy as just, shut, a well-placed, very loud, hey, shut up, just to get everybody going. But then you got to keep them going too. So that's where the physical soap opera part of it comes in, where you got to tell your story.
So, essentially, it's for the people. What is the role that the actual crowd plays in it? Because I realized through this conversation, you're basically everything you're saying, you're basing it off of the crowd,
a hot crowd.
And I know through the COVID era, we went through moments of wrestling where there was no crowd, and you can literally tell the difference.
Right.
What do they bring, and what's the importance of having that?
I'm trying to think of don't want to piss anybody off, but they don't want the crowd to call my match, but I do want them to be involved, right? And then you get now is a part where the crowd wants to be a part of the show instead of just reacting to it. And sometimes that can take away from what's going on inside the ring. It's like they say everybody has a part, from the wrestlers to the referee to if there's a valet or a manager on the outside. It's their job is to direct the crowd to the match, to inside the ring, not like
take attention.
Take the focus away from to the guy on the outside that's running around. So it's not so much getting the sing along going on. Sometimes, it sounds great and it makes for a hot crowd, but are they paying attention to what they're singing, or are they paying attention to the match?
Exactly. You don't want them to get taken out of the act while they're actually here.
Yes.
That's cool. Do you have a favorite match or a favorite opponent? I see you defended your title 18 times.
Wow.
That's
my favorite.
Or a moment, or a favorite moment, or it seems like you had a lot of moments.
My first match, probably my favorite, and a lot of the things that I'm telling you happened in that match where, you lock up and you completely forgot what you were planning on doing. But it was your first couple matches when you start are always your best draw, because you've been telling people you're training to be professional, and that's when they all want to come out and
see you,
right? So you sell a lot of tickets for your first couple, which I did. Fortunately, I was still playing men's hockey, so my hockey team enjoyed coming out and, just being awful to me while I was in the ring. So crowd-wise, I got into a couple marriages early in my career that, when I say marriages, it's just like somebody you're tied to and you go from place to place and work, not the same match, but you have a routine going on. So I was fortunate enough to get hooked up with a couple really good baby faces that made it easy for me to be a heel and cut my teeth and doing, well, all right, this is what I'm going to do. And my early career, I was a body bag for great baby faces. So I ate a lot of shit. I got my ass kicked a lot. And then Vinny the Fixer, the name's based on Captain Lou Albano's character in the movie Wise Guys. It's a Brian De Palma film that stars Danny DeVito and Joe Piscopo. And Captain Lou is Frankie the Fixer. So I sort of took it from that because, my era, you can't not be a Lou Albano fan just for his outrageousness. And then when you learn how awful he was, in the ring at the time, and it just adds to it. But what it became was I was a bodyguard a lot, like the guy who took the bullets for another heel. And then, so that was my role for the longest time. But then it slowly started to, hey, this guy's not too bad. He can take a good bump and he makes the baby face look good. And so I started branching out a little bit more and more to different promotions. So that's really how and going away from your home base is how you learn to connect to a crowd that doesn't know you,
strangers,
as opposed to the crowd that you've been performing in front of month after month. So it's like this sort of program, which is what TV does for people. They're programmed. This is the guy I cheer for. This is the guy I boo for. But when you're going fresh to a new promotion,
you got to do all.
They don't know who. Probably most of them don't know who you are, especially if you're out of your state. So that's what I tell everybody at Mid-Atlantic Wrestling Alliance is some of these people may not know you. So the second that you come out the curtain, you have to tell them, cheer me, boo me.
I mean,
so if anybody ever says, do you have any kind of advice? I don't ever tell anybody what to do in the ring with their moveset or anything like that. I tell them how to try to connect to the crowd.
Initially. How would you describe your in-ring style for somebody who hasn't seen you live?
Now it's sort of, I won't say straight brawler because I do still wrestle, but it is the guy who takes a beating and waits for that one opportunity.
Open to come back.
Maybe a shot in the throat, rake the eyes, get the referee's attention, because sometimes I'm out at the rings and I have fellows at ringside that come out with me, and they're good for that opportunity. But I mean, they're more than that, but that's sometimes the service that they provide. I don't like calling it a stable. We're just, some like-minded guys who have been down long enough that wanted their opportunity.
You have a finisher? or
Most of the time, it's the clothesline from Camden.
is that like the clothesline from Hell, or is it
Yeah.
standard lariat?
Yeah, Hell,
Hey.
Camden. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the difference? That's crazy. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
though.
the Firestorm driver too, which is just a top rope move. And I do a lot of people call it the old school, or I walk the top rope.
Like
I'll bust that out every once in a while.
mhm.
I'm been lately using a slingshot suplex, which Tully Blanchard used to use. So
what is that?
That goes a little bit with the old school assassin part, to where that's another thing. You can watch 5 matches and see a lot of the same moves in every match. So I tell guys to do something that sets you apart, that, come up with a finish that not everybody's using, or a finish that somebody's not using as just a regular move. It's a vertical suplex that I bounce the guy off the top rope and then back into the ring.
Okay. All right. Now that's dope.
It's a lot of fun.
It sounds fun. Man, they told me I have to go to school first before I can even get in the ring. So I wish people stop calling me. And it's the speaker. Let me disconnect from the speaker. If I was disconnect from the speaker, none of this would come up.
Okay.
Sorry, y'all.
In the meantime,
I was listening to R&B music. Yeah, you want to?
In the meantime, we'll state again that this Sunday, the 14th, Bill's Barbecue in Vineland, New Jersey. Come on out for an all-day festival of gluttony and murder and torture of innocent animals that are roasted at probably 200 degrees and slow, and then probably slathered in barbecue sauce. So all you gluttons out there can come and stuff your faces full of meat, and maybe, advance your heart disease a little bit more.
Sounds like a pretty good Hill promo. So how promos, were you always
No, I never used to do them because I really never had anything to say.
I see a lot
because I was that guy. I was the guy that stood like this in the background of the promo.
The background, more action.
Yeah.
So how did you develop your promo style, and what
it's still developing?
It is okay.
Yeah.
That was pretty good though.
For the most part, it's take the advice of everybody before you and sort of speak in your own voice. And there's nothing worse than seeing somebody cut a promo where you just look like, he doesn't believe a thing he's saying. He looks awkward. So it's, if you're going to be a character, with a mask or face paint, or, say something like I'm possessed or something like that.
Yeah. You gotta believe it.
Live it.
Yeah.
Walk it. As soon as you come out of the curtain, walk it. Be it. Change the way you walk. Change the way you talk. Make it just so it's not you in face paint.
You're developing a character.
Yeah. Be the character. Method act it, because we are. I guess you could. Yeah. All right. Maybe we are method actors that just
it's entertainment.
Slap the shit out of each other for other people's entertainment.
And it does hurt. Let everybody know that.
Oh, everything hurts. It all hurts.
Yeah, I was talking to Marvelous, and he was breaking down how the ring is, and it's not whatever.
Yeah.
But even me, I know
Marvelous dumped me on my head. That hurt.
I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna let him know about.
He was one of the
He was. Yeah. So I just from me being a fan, I know that it's real.
It's real.
Yeah, we're not even gonna
right.
Yeah. Storytelling. How important is storytelling when it comes to? I know some people say that the storytelling
you have to talk people into the building.
Yes.
So whether it's your promo delivery or an actual storyline that's been occurring for several events. I mean, you can post videos on YouTube and a short gets 1,000 views, right? But that doesn't equate to ticket sales because you don't know where that 1,000's coming from. You can try and put a promo over online, whether it's a social media or YouTube, and you see the views and it's like, okay, here's a couple, maybe people are commenting on it, giving it a thumbs up. But unless they're coming out to see how that ends, it's sort of, okay, you're just, working your thing, but it's important. It's other than just generic wrestler number 1 versus generic wrestler number 2 with no storyline. That's what you're sometimes getting. And then you got to hope that number 1 versus number 2 can actually pull the crowd in with what they're doing, and whether that's a tight turnout or a kick out or an impressive move, or just even a simple move that's delivered. I don't want to say realistically, but because they are real, but delivered in a way that people go, that looked like it fucking hurt.
Yeah,
you know, or
absolutely.
something. But and that's my line. That's my thing. It's like I'm not going to have the flashiest moves unless they're being done to me, but I want somebody to walk away. It's like, yeah, the matches were good, but those guys look like they had a real fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those guys look like they were really going at it. Those mainly because we are, but you know, mainly
you want that
this
suspension.
is mine.
Yeah.
And nobody's taking it from me. Right? By hook or by crook, I'm leaving with the belt.
Yes. What would be a dream match if you could have a match with any wrestler, past, present, active? What would be your dream match?
I would have to say it'd be Bruno Sammartino, just because I would love to hear what that roar of the crowd is when I'm standing in the ring and he gets introduced and comes out and a capacity building loses their mind.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
that would be awesome.
That would be nice. And I know we're not doing anything off the top rope,
right?
Unless it's me doing it.
You know, you're gonna have to take the pin too.
Sure,
he's gonna go 4 years with the belt.
Right, and when he did,
there
was tears shed.
Blew the roof off of the building. That's proper storytelling,
right?
Yes. Outside of wrestling, who is Vinny? Do you have any other passions or stuff? You know, anything that you're into outside of?
I have a cat.
Cat guy.
I'm a cat dad. Yes, only because I'm not home long. I'm not home enough to have a dog, and I think it would be rude to have a dog caged up for. When I'm working, I'm sometimes out of the house for 14 hours. So I think that maybe when I retire or change jobs.
Yes.
But I play in three bands.
Yeah, we were talking about music earlier.
Yeah, we have a Wednesday night jam. Well, Wednesday night music club that I play in. And then the world famous professional wrestler, Ultramanus Black, I played on his last record. So that's a good hardcore punk record. I'm a bass player.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and I play in a hardcore legend band, Starkweather, and I play in a shoegaze band called End Christian. And like I said, we have another project with the Mawa Sound guy for our Wednesday night music club.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
so I get around.
I'm a big music fan. So anything that's dope. Yeah, it's good that So how do you feel?
So what are you listening to right now?
Right now I've been really big on like soul music, R&B.
Anybody in particular?
Oldies. Lately I've been listening to a lot of James Brown. It's like Lean on Me, those type of songs.
Yeah.
And like soul music. I listened to a lot of hip hop and rap. But when I'm like working and stuff like that, it's always like soul or R&B, stuff like that. I've been listening to a lot of Sienna Bosé. She's from the UK, so her Soul Allegra. Sometimes like I'm an R&B music person.
Okay.
I was raised in the church, so I'm really big on like harmonies.
Okay.
Harmonies get me all the time, so that's all kind of what leads me that way.
What kind of church?
I was Baptist.
Southern Baptist?
I want to say but it was here in New Jersey.
Okay.
So I do want to say probably that culture.
Right.
But for what we got going on here, I used to sing on the choir, usher, all types of stuff.
Ever attempt to play anything?
Nope. That's crazy. Yeah, no. Once I got into, I was singing on the choir, and I got into the rapping aspect of it. So I was more or less, like a microphone talent versus an actual instrument.
That's an instrument.
Yeah, I'm gonna sing you some of my old music too. So,
attaboy.
But then getting into this, like I said, I did marketing in high school, so that's what led me to doing merchandise and media, and then I just kind of got stuck in this media lane. Because I know that people could benefit from it. One thing we provide is visibility, and even though people may not know it, we're set up to help everybody around us. So I kind of take pride in that. But
what's a big place around here to see music, live music?
Up the street we have the Landis Theater.
That's right.
830 East.
I knew that.
Convention Center is new.
I saw that yesterday when I was here. Does they get musical acts in there?
It's for rent. So it's whatever anybody wants to do, honestly. So like we're tapped in. Shout out to Stephanie Burrs. We interviewed her a couple weeks ago. She actually runs the project. So we kind of direct people towards her. And it's a nice price. We would like for more people in the area to utilize it. But like I said, I think people are more or less waiting to see what events they have to offer.
Is it high
as
ceiling?
opposed to
Can you get a wrestling ring in there?
I think so, yeah.
Like a little rock and wrestling weekend festival?
They had, like I said, they had the mini wrestling there too. So that was already there, and the ceiling is high enough. Whereas if anybody's jumping off the wrestling, I know there are pillars spread out, but if unless they had a mini wrestling ring, which they may have,
you get a low boy.
Yeah, it's a lot of space in there. I can get you guys a walkthrough, if anything, so you guys can see.
I'm sure Jade would love something like that,
right? Yeah, he was out here hanging up flyers last time. That's how I got my posters. Shout out to Jay, man. But Jay's my boy, man. Me and him talk regularly, and I just I've learned so much even off of certain stuff we do here, how we market and promote. So he gave me some tips and pointers that was really helpful. But as we said, ladies and gentlemen, we have Vinny the Fixer, dangerous adrenaline wrestling gladiators champion in the building. He's telling his story, and we're also promoting the event that they have coming up.
Right.
Pro
That is
wrestling.
June 14th, Sunday at Bill's Barbecue Extravaganza.
That's this Sunday coming
where
up.
I'll be wrestling the masked Uncle Sam Adams. It's a funny thing, masks, isn't it? Because they're both literal and figurative. Like, you look at me, what do you see? You don't see anything. I don't give you anything. I don't show you fear. I don't show you what I'm thinking. I don't show excitement. But then there's people that wear a mask, a physical mask. And that's because maybe they can't hide what they're feeling, or they're trying to hide who they are. Me, I'm who I am. I know who I am. I'm the champ, inside and out. Uncle Slam, maybe he's a little ugly and that's why he's hiding his face, or maybe he's not who he says he is, and maybe that's why he's hiding his face. I know it's against the wrestling code, but if I have to pull that mask off him to distract him enough to get the 1, 2, 3 on him, that's something. So what we were saying, that's something I might have in my back pocket going into that match.
Gotta do what we gotta do, honestly.
Attaboy.
June 14th, Bill's Big Barbecue Bash in collaboration with Dog Pro Wrestling.
And you'll see the Dog Tag Team Champions, Primal Fear.
Yes.
You'll see the Women's Grand Prix Champion, the Gifted Gab, Gabby Ortiz.
Hey.
You'll see Marvelous, the local legend.
Violent's very own Marvelous to that. Before we let out, we have 2 questions that we do at the end of every show. They're kind of like our key questions that help our fans and our listeners get to know a little bit more about, our guests that we have. And the first question is, how can we help you? Us as a platform, us as a city, our listeners, and the overall public. What does Vinny the Fixer need from the people?
When we promote something, whether it's on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, like, comment, and share. That's the same thing that anybody's going to tell you. Have to spread out. And if you're available and in the area, come on out to a live event. Come on out to a live event and see the wrestlers up close in person. In our events, you have full access. Most of the times they are out in the crowd, out and about. If there's an intermission, come out, take pictures, buy merchandise. That's how you help a professional wrestler.
Got you. Thank you. And question number 2 is an introspective question. What is some advice that you would have for your 16-year-old self? 16-year-old Vinny the Fixer.
Oh, so 16. What grade are you in? 16.
I want to say like 10, 10th,
junior?
11th? Yeah, junior, sophomore era.
Get out of your comfort zone. It may be fun, and no, it's not fun. It might have been easy being a wallflower, but it will not help you going forward. Find your voice and use it, whether it's just speaking to someone that you wouldn't normally speak to, or if it is joining school band or going play school football instead of town football, or not football at all. If there's something you think that you would like to do, you're never going to know if you like it or if you don't, or if you're any good at it unless you try it.
Yeah.
And trying it meaning giving it your all, not just half-assing it and saying you're trying it. If somebody would have said that to me, I know my life would be
absolutely
probably might not be standing here with this, but
it'd be,
these are the differences. Mm-hmm. These are the exchanges. But yeah, if that helps anybody, I would say that to anybody, whether 16 or 26. Mm-hmm. Being a wallflower is no fun. I mean, yeah, the book was pretty good, but
I was a late bloomer, wallflower, late bloomer. Yeah. A lot of stuff that I'm doing now, I wish I would have started, earlier on. Well, yeah, or I wish I would have.
When you were 16, nobody was there. This wasn't a thing. You'd have been going to school to learn this and doing it in college.
Mm-hmm. But I took marketing in high school. I took marketing.
But was there anything for you to do with it in high school?
But I didn't pursue it. I didn't do DECA. Like, it's stuff that I could have took that would have helped me. I probably would start a little bit earlier versus, going directly into the music. But the music led me like right back into marketing and promotion too. So
music has been fairly nice to me. Mm-hmm. I mean, it took a while for some of it to happen, but never a lesson. But I seem to have an ability to where I forget who said it, but I'm a musician. Give me a tuba and I'll fuck it. It's just like I can get a melody out of any instrument. Mm-hmm. And it got me across the United States and it got me to Europe. So, I lucked into both of those situations. But it
happens.
You have to start. Yes. You have to try, and try is give it 100%, not just a half-assed try.
Give it all.
That's with anything.
I mean, that's how you know that the results that come are genuinely what you deserve if you give it your all.
Learn how to do something, and then don't stop there. Once you learn how to do something, learn how to do something else.
Keep pushing. But thank you for stopping in today. Shout out to VoiceBox Radio. We have Vinny the Fixer from Dog Champion from Dog Wrestling, Dangerous Adrenaline Wrestling Gladiators.
Attaboy.
This Sunday, 6/14/2026, Bill's Barbecue Bash. Bill's Big Barbecue Bash in Violin, New Jersey. I got it. I'll be in the building. A couple of teammates will be in there checking out the wrestlers and checking out the food and just being supportive.
Yeah, I'm keeping my fingers crossed, but I'm going to say there won't be many vegetables at a Bill's Barbecue Bash. And I'm also going to say I'm not going to probably get some smoked tofu.
No. Oh, you're vegan?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. All right. See, I was a vegan chef for a little while, so I tell everybody I was vegan.
The last outdoor event we did was Geek Fest in Mullica Hill, and it took me till the very end of the day to find one truck that had a vegan milkshake on it. And because it was the end of the day, I didn't even get whipped cream.
No.
But I was so dehydrated and hungry that I sucked that down in one shot. I don't even know what it tasted like.
Yeah. It's vegan. That's all that matters.
That's what's nice about when Dog goes to Rowan after hours. Mm-hmm. They have a Greens and Grains on campus. So I'm in my glory.
Absolutely. Nah, thank you. Is there
another promotional plug? See, we're all about sharing and helping everybody. Greens and Grains. Many new locations among South Jersey.
And
there's one in Citizens Bank Park.
Is Citizens Bank Park for real?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. That's big. Wow. Greens and Grains. Check them out, especially my vegan folk.
Yeah, I don't know if there's one down here.
No,
I know there's a new one in Cape May.
We had a Vegans R Us here. They're opening one in Philly. But, and then we have Sunflower Cafe in Millville.
That's what I didn't check when I was down here. I didn't check Happy Cow app to see what's available.
There's a couple of them. I think there's like 4 or 5 in the Cumberland County area, vegan spots, but not too many, not enough. I'll say that because I'm still eating beef and pork. But is there anything that you would like to leave our fans with? Any messages or any words of wisdom?
Besides checking all the Dangerous Adrenaline Wrestling Gladiators social media, you can also check out the Mid-Atlantic Wrestling Alliance. It's Mawa Pro on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. We're trying to put out weekly content. And as far as that, you can, on Apple Music, check out Starkweather and Ultramanus Black and N Christian. And then I answer most emails or messages. Sometimes if we're not friends, you know how that works. You don't see it. Yeah. So sometimes I got to look for it. So if I don't answer you right away, I will tell you where we are, upcoming events where you can find all the action live. And if you just want to say hi, or if you want to ask how to get involved or how to start training,
Yeah.
a live professional wrestling event always needs volunteers for ring setup and ring breakdown. It's a great way to get involved and to meet everybody and maybe make some new contacts, maybe make some new friends. That's one thing I didn't have when I started training that I see a lot of the guys now. They train together, they hang out together, they're always together, and that's really great. I think that's something the community needs.
Those camaraderie.
Every community needs that, where instead of always being looking over their shoulder, seeing what this guy's doing versus and then going like, why aren't I getting these kind of bookings? It's like, it doesn't look like they have that, where everybody seems to be genuinely enthusiastic about putting their friends over.
Yeah.
So that's great. I would like to see more of that.
That would be awesome, honestly.
Especially, and then now we're crossing over into different streams of media, so that's always nice. And it's a great way to just keep on promoting your friends and colleagues and new friends. And
y'all forever got a home here. So this is my third interview with
you guys.
And this
place is awesome.
Thank you, man.
I would just like to come here and hang out.
You see, we was hanging,
but you would get tired of me real fast. So.
I mean, as long as you don't break anything.
Once I start going, hey, can you guys let it smoke out that way? That's where they would be throwing me down the steps.
No, but we got to smoke outside anyway, so that's
right.
out. But yeah, other than that, no, that would be dope, though. You're welcome anytime. Anybody from the promotion is welcome. Jaden knows he can come
and
up
maybe
here
when
anytime.
we have some upcoming band information, bring fellas in.
Yes.
We can all talk soul music.
Anything music. We have, as outside of VoiceBox Radio, the show, we have 5-6 other shows.
Okay.
3 of them are centered around music, and then I think maybe the other ones are more talk radio.
Okay.
But we're
where
trying
you talk
to
music or like play music?
Talk music and play music.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. So we have Flex Friday on Fridays, which is an independent artist showcase. He has artists come on, they play the music, then they discuss their path. We have DJ Mugga. He does Spin Swackle on Tuesdays, where he just basically spins music. And then we have DJ Lydia on Fridays, and then we have Stephanie, who just left. She has a show on Tuesdays too. So, and then we have another show on Thursdays that's centered around music. So, as a platform, our goal is to provide visibility, and that's the main thing. But thank you for coming out, man.
Thank you for having me.
I really appreciate this conversation.
I'll come back for the next event that we're having.
Any event you guys have coming on, Jaden knows, just send them our way.
Awesome.
And we'll line you guys up. Thanks again to our listeners. I keep thinking this is my camera. This is my camera. Thanks again to our listeners. Check us out. Dog Pro Wrestling. We never get enough of it. Y'all come out Sunday, please. We would like to see you guys there. VMG will be in the building. Vinny the Fixer is defending his championship. He actually brought the belt in. I'm excited about that, man. I was telling him, I said, I want to hold one of the belts at least. I don't even got to take a picture with it. I just want to hold it. But we're out of here, man. Thank you guys for listening. And this has been another episode of VoiceBox Radio, man. Check us out.